Unit 5, Lesson 3, Grammar. Objective. I can use just as, and not as to compare things. Activity 1. Look and read.
Comparisons. Just as, not as. I am just as fast as Dan. I'm just as fast as Dan. You are not as skillful as me. You aren't as skillful as me. I'm just as fast as Dan. You aren't as skillful as me.
We use just as to compare things that are equal. For example, Ben is just as fast as Dan. The giraffe is just as tall as the tree. Being a pilot is just as interesting as a bat. To form the sentences, we begin with a subject, followed by verb, just as, adjective, as, and noun or noun phrase. For example, a dog is just as playful as a cat. Ben runs just as fast as Cody. They are just as kind as you are. Next, we use not as to compare things that are different or not equal. For example, they are not as fast as the dogs. Being a gardener is not as boring as a clerk. A motorbike is not as safe as a car. To form the sentences, we begin with a subject, followed by verb with not, as, adjective as, and a noun or noun phrase. For example, a rat is not as playful as a dog. Ben is not as fast as Cody. They are not as kind as you are. In speaking, we can also use contraction, like isn't and aren't. Activity 2. Complete with just as, or not as, and the adjectives. Josh is a cycle courier. He carries letters and parcels around New York. Josh loves his bike. He says, "It's just as fast as a bus, and it isn't as expensive as a bus or taxi." However, a bike isn't as safe as a car or bus. And it isn't as comfortable as a taxi when it rains. But it's a great job. It's just as interesting as a taxi driver. And it isn't as boring as an office job. Activity 3. Compare these ways of getting around. Use the adjectives and your own ideas. That is the end of the lesson. To do the exercise, you may click the link in the description box. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see more lessons like this. Happy learning!